Welcome. Today's topic is Finance Part 1. To access the Finance function, press Menu. Next, select Administration. And lastly, select Finance. The topic of focus for today is Finance Settings. And within Finance Settings, we have General Settings, which is our first point of learning. You are now within General Settings. The first function is Fee Receipt Mode. This function allows you to create a single receipt for different payments. Example: Aliya has made a payment of 500 Rand. Of that, 250 Rand is for fees and the other 250 Rand is for uniform. You can select Single to express both 250 Rand payments on the same receipt. And if you want each payment expressed on different receipts, select Multiple. Next, we have Multiple Fee Accounts. This function allows you to create multiple fee accounts. For example, if we enable this function, we can distinguish between registration fees and school fees by creating these new accounts. Secondly, if disabled, all fees or cash received will be grouped under one account. Next is Multiple Finance Templates. This function allows you to create multiple finance templates, meaning that you can design different receipt headers and footer headers for different receipts, so that all receipts look different from one another. Next, we have Multiple Receipt and Voucher Sets. This allows you to create the desired voucher and receipt number sequence for different transactions, meaning that different receipts will have a different receipt prefix and a different receipt starting number. Note that both these factors are dependent on what you fill in within this section below. And the same concept applies to default voucher settings. Next, we have Display Immediate Contact. Select this option to display the customer's immediate contact on the receipts and all payment pages, with their involvement. Please note that this setting is only applicable on receipts that do not follow any finance templates. Next, we have Enable Tax Settings. This function is encouraged to be enabled if you are selling items that incur VAT. If not, leave it disabled. Then we have Enable Invoice Generation. This allows the creation of an invoice for each purchase, as some customers prefer an invoice upon purchase. Next is Invoice Number Settings. This function allows you to set the starting number of all invoices. Then we have Invoice Amount Settings. This function allows you to select which amounts will be displayed on the invoice, either amount due or amount paid or both. Next, we have Amount in Words. Select this option to have the numbers displayed in words on the fee receipts. Then we have Advance Payments for Students. Enable this function to transfer student fees that are overpaid to the next year as an advanced payment for the next year's school fees. Note that this function works as an e-wallet. Monies that are overpaid will be held within advance payments and later used for any other fees incurred for that student. Next, we have Waiver Discount Receipt Number Settings. Enable this setting to get a receipt for every discount issued. Secondly, it helps with keeping track of discounts issued and the type of discounts issued. Then we have Fine Calculation Settings. This function allows you to select the type of amount on which the fine should be calculated. Furthermore, this function has three options in how it can be constructed, which are Actual Amount. In this mode, the fine is calculated based on the actual amount of the fee collection. Pending Amount with Slab Reset. This mode calculates the fine based on pending amount, which includes the fine. And note, the fine slab will be reset after every transaction. Lastly, related to this function, is Pending Amount with Cumulative Fine. In this mode, fine per day is calculated based on the pending amount, excluding the fine. And note that fine per day will be added up until the principal amount is paid completely. Next we have discount calculation settings. This function determines how discounts are calculated, and discounts can either be based on the actual amount to be paid or the pending amount, which is what is left over in the account. Then we have suspend fine calculation after fee payment. If enabled, this function allows for the cancellation of the fine calculation once fees have been paid in full. Next we have timestamp in receipts. Enable this setting to display a timestamp within the receipts and disable if not. Then we have date selection in fee payment. Disable this option to allow fee payment or collection only for current date, and enable for collecting on any date within the school year. Lastly we have fine waiver receipt number settings. Disable this setting to avoid receipt number only for fine waiver transactions. Thanks for watching.